If you somehow got this video put in front of you, you're very lucky because I don't have 1 million subscribers. I don't have 100K subscribers. I don't even have 50K. So the algorithm is not in my favor right now. There's a reason why you're seeing this. I've made hundreds of thousands of dollars and I've helped a lot of other people make hundreds of thousands of dollars. Like all of these people right here on the screen. Just to be clear, this is not gonna be a super flashy video. There's not gonna be tons of effects, maybe a little bit like this or like this, but I'm not gonna put like a tremendous amount of effects throughout this video because I don't want little iPad babies watching my stuff. To be 100% honest with you, the only people that are gonna get through this video are people that want it bad. Like you're hungry as hell, you have the discipline to sit down and watch this video from top to bottom and actually take notes. Realistically, if you can't sit through this video, I heard Chipotle is hiring, I heard Taco Bell is hiring, I know for a fact H&M is definitely hiring. Click off this video, seriously. All you're gonna do is hurt my algorithm and put me in front of a bunch of undisciplined children. I don't want that. This isn't gonna be about SMMA, Airbnb, e-com, Amazon FBA, wholesaling. This is not gonna be any of that you guys have already heard 1,000 times. This is going to be a super unsaturated model, one that you may or may not have heard of. I think the biggest issue in the market right now is that literally everybody's doing the same exact thing, offering the same exact packages and mentorship and marketing nonsense. And all of your prospects have what's called offer fatigue. They've heard the offer 1,000,000 times, they're tired of it. I'm gonna go over what I call a VA agency, virtual assistant agency. Some people call it a staffing agency, some people call it a recruitment agency. I've made over $50,000 a month with this business model. And when I found out about this business model, I thought I found this model. I thought nobody else was doing it because nobody else was talking about it. And that's what you wanna go after. You don't want to do what everybody on YouTube and Instagram and all these ads are talking about. I'm going to tell you in this video exactly how I would make $10,000 a month fast if I had to start all over again. How you could do it as quickly as possible with little to no money. Even if you're an absolute beginner, you have no followers, you have no experience, no testimonials. None of that matters right now. With the stuff that we're going to go over in this video right now, I'm targeting people that don't have any of that. If you have a little bit of that, that's cool too. You have a bit of an advantage. Why am I even teaching this? Okay, why am I giving all of this up? Why am I giving up stuff that I have in the past charged $5,000, upwards of $10,000 in the past for? Why am I giving it all away in this video? What am I gonna sell you on this video? Well, listen, I have great news. The only thing I have to sell is 37 bucks and you don't have to buy it. I don't have expensive courses right now. I don't have any mentorship packages, any crazy $10,000 masterminds or anything to sell you. The only thing I have right now is a school community where I have literally 9 courses on TikTok ads, on building funnels, on hiring virtual assistants, on everything you need to know about CRM automations and all this stuff I'm gonna talk about in this video a little bit more in depth, as well as getting access to weekly calls with me where you can ask me questions face to face on Zoom for $37 a month. And the price is going to be going up when we hit a certain amount of members, so you can check that out after this video. But I'm really not selling much to you, honestly. I know that 99% of the people that watch this video are not going to buy that. But the 1% of the people that do buy it are gonna have a really good time with me. They're gonna accelerate their growth. That's cool. The other 99% that are gonna watch this video, you will get tremendous value and will be able to take this to immediately get clients in the next week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And if I'm being 100% honest, I spent about 4 hours today like doing everything besides making this video, although I know I wanted to make this video because I had hesitations. I was worried about giving this stuff away for free. I was considering if I should even do this and if it's even gonna be worth it. Honestly, if I don't get like over 1,000 views by a certain amount of time, I probably will take this video down. So if you do want this video to stay up and you do want me to make more videos like this, like comment as many comments as possible, like this video, watch it to the end to boost the engagement because I'm happy to give a lot of this stuff away for free. It just has to be worth it for me. So right at this very moment, drop a comment, whatever it is, post as many comments as possible. We're gonna jump into it in a second here. So the stuff that I'm gonna show you in this video, it literally helped, as you can see on the screen right here, Kiva make 4 sales within 2 weeks of learning this stuff. 4 sales at $2,000 each. That's $8,000 within 2 weeks. It helped Alessandra, who was previously doing the SMMA model, shoot past her goal of $20,000 and helped her make $30,000 in a month. It helped Danilo, who him and his wife are literally flight attendants. They've never built a business ever before in their life. Within the first week of launching, got their first sale of $1,700. It helped Frankie get 7 clients and shoot past 10K. Jonathan closed 3 deals in a week, made $6,000. And then there's Leighton, who made over $6,000 in a week. Michelle, who made over $6,000 in 3 weeks. Paul, who shot past $16,000 in a month. He had an SMMA in the past and he shut that down to go do this. And me, like I said, I've done over $50,000. I've been featured on Yahoo Finance, Market Watch, Investors Observer. I've been featured on podcasts like the Digital Social Hour, who Grant Cardone and Ty Lopez and a bunch of other big names have been on. Now that we've gotten through that brutal intro, which was just tremendously long, to get rid of all the people that can't stick around and hold their attention for just 2 seconds. Now we're gonna get into the juicy stuff. So it's called a virtual assistant agency, a staffing agency. I basically help people who are business owners, who are working, 80 hours a week, 60 hours a week. Some people even like 100 hours a week, just working way too much and need to outsource stuff and delegate stuff in their business. I'm helping them get cheap assistants overseas so that they could save money on wages, get an assistant sooner than they thought since it's inexpensive, and save thousands and thousands of dollars on wages. And the reason why it's so easy is because I find people who have businesses, which there are just a tremendous amount of people starting businesses. Every day, new people are starting businesses. I'm typically going after small, medium businesses, and I'm asking them, hey, how much would you have to pay somebody if you hired somebody locally? And they'll say $20 an hour, 25 bucks an hour. And I'll say, okay, interesting. So why haven't you hired somebody? Oh, well, I don't have the bandwidth or the funds to pay somebody $20 an hour, $25 an hour. Or I do, but I'm worried that I can't find somebody good and I'd be wasting literally hundreds to thousands of dollars per week, per month. And when I say to them, hey, if I found you somebody for $5 an hour, would you want to get somebody now? That's when they say, holy crap, I didn't know that existed. Yes. They give me their money. I go out to job boards and target countries like Colombia, Mexico, the Philippines, Argentina, mostly the Philippines though. And I hire somebody that's willing to work for $4 to $6 an hour for them, and I place them in their business. Typically, you're going to be charging anywhere from $1,500 to $4,000 as a one-time fee, and this is basically called a placement fee or a recruitment fee or a setup fee. In the very beginning, I didn't do this. I sold a course on how to get virtual assistants, and I had so many people asking me, well, can't you just hire somebody for me? Because they didn't want to take the time to go out and do the interviews themselves. And then I realized, wow, there's a real demand for people that do recruitment and do the hiring process. And I started agreeing to do that. And I realized I could charge more than I charge for a course. My biggest concern was, holy crap, what happens if I find somebody and they're just not good? And then they come back to me and they complain to me and they want a refund. To this day, I've never had to refund anybody. And I've sold this recruitment package to hundreds of people. Never, not once have I ever refunded anybody. So that concern that I had was just all in my head. Once I started hiring people for business owners, I quickly realized like, well, people who are bad are not really going to get through because I have a pretty tedious hiring process. The same hiring process that I was using for me to hire people because I used to be a real estate agent, still technically am a real estate agent. I hired virtual assistants for my business, my real estate business. The same thing that I did within my business, I just did for other people. I made sure that I was interviewing a lot of people. I made sure that I was giving them sample jobs to test their work and see what their English is like and their critical thinking skills. All those things I was doing for myself, I just did for them. Now for you as a beginner or somebody that's never done this before or never hired anybody, you might be thinking, well, Joseph, I don't know how to do that like you do. Well, guess what? It's actually really easy. And I'm going to lay the whole thing out for you right now. First, I want to start with how you find your client. Okay, how do you find your first client and then go on to find your second client, third client, fifth client within 1 month? Okay, that's how you'll be able to achieve $10,000 in a month. So if I had to do this all over again, my goal, since I have no testimonials and I can't charge $3,000, $5,000, $4,000 for a virtual assistant, I probably have to charge like $2,000, maybe $1,500. Let's call it $2,000 because it's very possible you can charge that amount of money without any testimonials. I would have to sell 5, okay, in order to make $10,000. So let's jump into how I'd find my first client and then duplicate that process and how I would actually hire people after that. So if you have absolutely no money, then you can't really run ads. I highly recommend that you do find a way to get money so that you can run ads. Okay, I know that we're talking about how you can do this with no money, but guess what? You can have access to money using credit cards. Okay, so I'm not going to dive too deep into running ads because I know a lot of the people that are watching this video might not have money to spend on ads, but guess what? Ads are not scary. Okay, I like ads because it allows me to get in front of people, put my offer in front of people as quickly as possible. I don't have to go search for people. I don't have to go cold calling and cold DMing. I don't have to send a bunch of cold emails and send literally thousands or have literally thousands of phone calls in order to finally get a client. So if you have decent credit or if you have even mediocre credit, get access to a credit card that's literally $300, $500, $1,000. Spend that money on ads and I guarantee you, you'll get people that are interested. Average cost per lead for something like this is anywhere from $10 to $15 per lead, which means that, let's call it $10, you can get 10 leads per $100. Of those 10 leads, you should be able to close at least one. Now it's very different when you have thousands of leads coming in. You can't give all your attention to every single lead. It becomes a little bit difficult. Then you got to start hiring people and stuff like that. But as a brand new business owner, there's no reason why every lead that you get, you can't call 1, 2, 3 times. Okay. My first suggestion is find a way to get access to money, work a job, sell some shoes, whatever, get access to a credit card and run ads. That's my #1 preferred way. I have other videos on how to run ads and things like that. You can go ahead and watch that. But let's assume that you have absolutely no money. How would you find a client? Me personally being a real estate agent and knowing that every single real estate agent has their phone number listed on these company websites, that's where I would start. Me personally, okay? You might want to do this too, but this is what I would personally do because I know that a lot of other niches don't have their phone numbers directly on the website, and there's typically not like a website that has multiple, let's say, contractors, right? There's just going to be one website for one contractor. There's not going to be a website that has a database of like thousands of contractors that's one company. No, I'm going to have to go to like apollo.io or something like that and then pull a bunch of contractors, and I don't want to do all that. So I would go to a website like Remax, right? I would look up like Remax in Dallas, Texas, or Remax in Ohio or something like that. And I would find all the Remaxes in these different cities, and I would open up all their websites in multiple tabs. In this video, by the way, I'm not going to show my screen and do all that because I have plenty of other videos where I show my screen. I have courses where I show my screen and do all that stuff. Here, we're just going to be doing a 30,000 foot view. I'm going to be giving you specifics, but I think that right now, the most important thing for us to chat about is exactly what I would do and how it all works, because I don't want this to be like a freaking 40-hour video. But trust me, you're going to get everything that you need. So I'd go on to Remax. I would open up multiple tabs. I would grab all those agents' information. Okay, I would literally just click Control A if you have a Windows, Command A if you have a Mac. I'd copy those numbers, page after page. I'd probably do 10 pages on each website. I'd pop it all into my notes, okay? So I'd take like 10 pages worth in one city, okay? And I'd pop it all into my notes. It's gonna look really messy and ugly. I'm gonna copy that from my notes on my Windows or my Mac desktop or laptop, and I'm gonna paste that into ChatGPT. And then I'm gonna tell ChatGPT, hey, put this into a spreadsheet format. And it's gonna take that really sloppy nonsense that I copied and pasted with like photos and like their names and their emails and, you know, a bunch of other nonsense that's on the website, like on the bottom, like contact us and all that. It's gonna eliminate all that, and it's gonna take all their names, their emails, their phone numbers, and put it into a spreadsheet format. I'm gonna tell them the most important information, which is name, email, phone number of every single real estate agent that I copied from that website. Now I have a whole bunch of leads, just like that. Boom, just like that. I have 1,000 leads, okay? Just like that. Now, you have one of two options, okay? If you wanna be super cheap, super broke man, and just go on the spreadsheet and just call back to back on your iPhone, you can go ahead and do that. If you wanna make your life literally 100 times easier, you can get a CRM called Go High Level, okay? I'm gonna actually put my affiliate link down in the comments and also in the description so you can get Go High Level for a 14-day free trial, because I want you to be able to try this out and not spend any money. Some of you might be like, oh, I don't wanna spend the money for the CRM, so I'd be scared to start a trial. You can literally start a trial for 14 days and literally close your first deal within those 14 days, as long as you do everything I tell you in this video. So if you wanna be Mr. Cheap, Mr. Broke Man, and do it without any CRM, you can do it by hand, by the phone, honestly, if you're an idiot. But if you wanna listen to what I'm telling you, you'll get Go High Level, you'll take that spreadsheet. You might need to tell ChatGPT, turn it into CSV format. Say, hey, take the spreadsheet, turn it into CSV format. Download the CSV, put those leads into Go High Level. If you use my affiliate link for Go High Level, by the way, down in the comments, down in the description, I will give you my automations. Okay, I'll give you my exact automations, I'll give you my funnels and things like that, absolutely for free, just for you spending this time with me here on this video and watching this video and actually taking action. I appreciate action takers, okay? So I'll give you my automations for free. Whenever people sign up with my affiliate link, I get notified. You get an automatic email with my automations. It's gonna be like a snapshot. You click a button, you'll get all those automations and things like that. I'll take those leads that I just grabbed off of the Remax website. Let's assume I have like 1,000 leads. Remember earlier on when I said, I'm gonna show you how I would make $10,000 a month fast? Okay, this is where the fast part comes in, okay? This is what I mean by fast. And when I say fast, I mean freaking fast. I'm going to do one of two things, because all these phone numbers are real. My only concern would be doing this with fake numbers and being marked as like a spam number, okay, like a botted number. We don't want that to happen, because then I can't use my marketing phone number. But since these are all verified real estate agent phone numbers that are on our website that are 100% their phone numbers, because why would they put their fake phone numbers? I know I could do this with confidence. I'm gonna send either a text blast or a ringless voicemail blast through Go High Level, okay? So the reason why I want Go High Level is one of two things. I wanna organize all of my leads and keep track of them and have multiple conversations and tag the people that are hot leads, warm leads, cold leads. I wanna track all of it seamlessly. But another reason is that I wanna be able to use the automations, okay? Go High Level, okay? Let me tell you how tremendous of a platform this is. You could build your websites and funnels. You could send text automations, you could send email automations, you could send ringless voicemails. You can collect payments and send invoices directly through Go High Level. You can track all your opportunities and pipelines right on Go High Level. You can connect your calendar and let people book onto your calendar on Go High Level. You can make phone calls on Go High Level. You can have two-way text message conversations on Go High Level. You could build out dialers on Go High Level. And I can queue people's contacts to call one after another with the automations using the dialing features on Go High Level. All the stuff that I would typically, you know, before I knew about this software, have to pay over $1,000 a month for, because I would have to get ClickFunnels and I would have to get ActiveCampaign or Drip or MailChimp, and I would have to get Calendly to track my calendar stuff. And I would have to use Typeform to build out the forms, and I would have to use, you know, Squarespace or Wistia to build out my websites for my branding. And I would have to use QuickBooks to send out the invoices. I would have to use all these different softwares and platforms. I could do all of this within Go High Level. That's why I love it so much. So I'm either gonna do ringless voicemails or I'm gonna do text messages. Now this is absolute sauce. This is so crazy. This is how I get such a high response rate, okay? This is just, it's nuts, because everyone is gonna reply. Not everybody, obviously, realistically, but more than 50% of people are gonna reply. I'm gonna say, hey, it's Joseph. Is this still, and I'm gonna put their name, okay? All the contacts have their name because I grabbed their name off of the website. I'm gonna use the feature where I can actually insert the contact's name. I could say contact first name, and then I'm gonna put a little hyphen and then S, so that let's say their name is Katie. It'll say, is this still Katie's number? Or I would say, this is Katie's number, right? Comma, are you still a real estate agent? That's it. It's as simple as that. Are you still a real estate agent? Now, why wouldn't I just jump to, hey, do you need a virtual assistant? Hey, do you need an assistant? Hey, do you need to save time and money by getting an assistant or a new staff member to work with you? Why would I not start with that? Because I'm not an idiot, okay? Like everybody else. Like all these people are gonna teach you to just go straight to the offer, save time, da da da. No, I wanna make $10,000 fast in my first month, okay? What does that mean for me? That means I need as many opportunities as possible. I don't wanna cancel out any opportunities by going straight to the offer. And by the way, when you go straight to the offer, now we're going from like a 50% response rate down to like a 2% response rate, okay? Which means significantly less opportunities. And of that 2%, I'm gonna have to work really hard to get them on a phone call, even though they already know my offer. So I want a really high response rate because I wanna have real, genuine conversations, because I just started out, okay? I wanna have real conversations. I need to trade my time for money because I just started out, okay? I can't expect to get immediate yeses, and I can't expect to spend thousands of dollars on advertisements to get quick wins because I just started. So because of this, I need to have real conversations. But great thing about having these real conversations is that I'm gonna get people to actually talk to me, actually respond to me, and I'm gonna slowly warm them up to the idea of getting a virtual assistant. So once they say yes to me, yes, this is Katie, yeah, I'm still a real estate agent, what do you need? Now that they finally replied to me, I know that I could do a little bit of extra work. I've actually gotten them to reply. I'm gonna look them up, all the people that have replied to me, I'm gonna look them up and I'm gonna see what properties they have listed, you know, whether it's a sale or it's a rental, whatever, and I'm gonna actually point out a property that they have to act like I'm a client. Now, yes, will this frustrate some people? Yes, of course. But now I'm gonna get 2 replies from them, okay? I'm gonna get 2 replies from them. So the next thing I'm gonna say is, hey, I saw that you had 123 Main Street, okay? Is that one still available? Or are you still the listing agent for that one? They'll say yes, of course. Yes, I am. Did you wanna see it? Again, this might frustrate some agents, that's fine. But if you jump straight from a, yeah, this is Katie, straight into, hey, do you want an assistant? Like, that's just way too quick, okay? This might sound ridiculous, but I promise you, this is stuff that you guys haven't heard of. This is stuff that actually works. Camera died, but we're back now. So back to what I was saying. Now that they've replied twice, we know that they're an active real estate agent. We've weeded out everybody who isn't. The next thing that we're gonna say is, do you have an assistant by chance, right? Simple as that. Do you have an assistant by chance, question mark. Once we find out if they have an assistant or not, now we wanna try to call them. For the people that do answer, conversation's gonna look like this. Hey, listen, we were just texting. Obviously, they're gonna recall because they've replied to you twice now. Just say, yeah, I was actually calling because it looks like you had, you know, a couple deals in the past. You had this listing that you mentioned now. I was just curious if you have an assistant that's helping you with all this, because what we actually do is we find people virtual assistants for $5 an hour so that you can save time and money. It's as simple as that. And I'm gonna have other videos where I actually break down my entire sales process. But typically, once we find out if they have any interest whatsoever, we're gonna try to book on a separate call where we have a more in-depth conversation about what virtual assistants can do in their business. And by the way, you need to try to call them 3 times back to back. If they do not answer all 3 calls, you're gonna try to continue the conversation via text. And you're gonna say, do you have an assistant helping you with all this stuff? Question mark. Then they're gonna reply yes or no. If they say yes, you can ask if they're local. Do you have a local assistant that you're paying like $20 an hour? Or is that somebody that's overseas for, let's say, $5 an hour? The whole goal is to find out if they have a need for a virtual assistant. So once we find out if they have an assistant or not, we wanna show them that they can get an assistant for cheaper. If they do already have one, that's local. And if they don't have an assistant, then we wanna ask them, are you working like full-time or just part-time as a real estate agent? If they are full-time, then they're most likely going to want a virtual assistant for $5 an hour. I recommend going to loom.com. You can make a free account and make up to 20 videos that are up to 5 minutes long. I recommend making a quick Loom video and break down what a virtual assistant can do in their business. Just say, hey, just wanted to send you this quick video because I don't want to chat back and forth via text and waste too much of your time. But I help people get virtual assistants for $5 an hour. They can do admin tasks, they can do calls for you, they can answer emails for you, they can do calendar management, they can set appointments for you. And if you guys want, by the way, anybody watching this video, comment down below 300 and I'll send you my PDF with 300 tasks that virtual assistants can do. And this is stuff that you could send to real estate agents as a resource. Once you have their interest, right, you have them on the phone or via text, you want to try to book a call with them, okay? So the way that I book a call is I typically give them 2 options. Never give more than 2 options and never ask a vague question like, when are you available in the future, okay? Because they're going to tell you a week out, 2 weeks out, or they're going to need to check their schedule. So since they need to check their schedule, they're going to go check later on, they're going to forget about you, they'll never answer. So typically I'll say 2 options, which would be, 3 o'clock later today or 4 p.m. tomorrow. If those 2 don't work, I'll give them another 2 options because I want to make it extremely easy for them to choose a time to talk to me. Once they book on a time, you can actually book that within Go High Level so that they get text message automations to remind them about the appointment that they have. This increases your show rate, okay? This is another reason why you need Go High Level. Use my affiliate link down below. You'll get those automations for text message reminders on that sales call. Don't treat it like a sales call. Don't worry about needing to have like this crazy detailed sales script and being able to handle all these objections. In the beginning, if you don't have sales skills, don't worry about all that. Worry about creating what's called a gap. This is called gap selling. Find out where they are and where they want to be. Where they are right now is that they're overworked, they're working way too much, they're not able to execute on new ideas that they have because they're just so jam-packed with work, and what they want is to free up their time and also save money by getting a virtual assistant and make more money by having an assistant, okay? Because they could focus on real needle movers, and you need to try to create such a large gap that they have to take action with you. They need to get a virtual assistant. How do I create this gap? By asking them questions like this. How many hours are you working? Wow, you're working a lot of hours. How long have you been working that many hours? Wow, how come you haven't gotten a virtual assistant? Oh, because you can't afford them because they're $20 an hour locally? Well, why haven't you gotten somebody overseas for $5 an hour? Oh, I didn't know about that. Oh, you didn't know about that? Well, yeah, you can get virtual assistants to do pretty much anything. They can do this, they can do that, they can do that. Let me ask you a question. Now that you know about virtual assistants, is this something that you think that you'd want to do? Like, aside from me, don't worry about me and what we have to offer. I'm just curious, like, is this something that you really feel like you'd kind of move towards and want to do? They'll say something along the lines of, yeah, that sounds good. I got to do research, whatever. Yeah, no problem. I mean, I'd love for you to do research, but while you have me here, like, what are you looking to have assistants do? And I could let you you know if that's something that a virtual assistant can do. Now you're having a real conversation and getting them to envision what a virtual assistant can actually do within their business. If I get enough people to comment down below, I'll actually upload sales calls that I've had so that you can try to model after my sales calls. I'll even upload one of my recent coaching calls where I break down the exact sales process top to bottom. But as of right now, we're not going to dive too deep. It's just a matter of creating that gap. Once you've created that gap, you ask them what they need, what they want to do, what's going to happen if you don't get an assistant. They'll say, well, I'm eventually going to get an assistant. But what happens if you don't, right? Get them to think about the consequences. This also furthers the gap. Once you've kind of gone through everything, last question you want to ask is a temperature check question. You want to say, hey, listen, whether it's with me or somebody else, just my biggest question for you right now is like, on a scale of 1 to 10, where do you feel like you're at with getting a virtual assistant and hiring a company to get a virtual assistant for you? If they say like 8, 9, if they say anything besides a 10, you ask them what's missing to be at a 10. This is your final way of handling any objections before you say the price. Once you handle those objections, they might say things like, well, I don't know if they have good accents. You'll show them a video. You could show them one of my YouTube videos where I'm actually interviewing virtual assistants. Hey, this is what they sound like. Does that fit for you? Yeah, okay. Is there anything else missing for you to be at a 10? Well, I'm not sure if they could actually be $5 an hour. You could show them more videos, or you could show them job ads, you could show them whatever you want, applications and things like that. No, yeah, they're for sure $5 an hour. It's $5 an hour because their minimum wage out there is like $3 an hour, US dollars, right? Help them understand the fact that it's just a different economy. And it's not like sweatshops where they're overworked and they're like sleeping on the floor. They actually can live comfortably at this rate. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Okay, is there anything else missing for you to be at a 10? No, yeah, I think I'm at a 10. Once they say they're at a 10, or at least they're as close as possible to 10 that you can get them, now you'll finally reveal the price. And like I said, you'll want to typically charge $1,500 to maybe $2,000 in the beginning since you don't have testimonials and things like that. So their belief levels are not going to be as high because you don't have the testimonials. So therefore you have to decrease your pricing. Me currently, I charge anywhere from $3,500, $4,500 because I have tons of testimonials that have been featured on different articles and things like that. Now, once you finally have a sale, okay, and by the way, you're going to be collecting a payment on Go High Level, set up Stripe. Just go on YouTube, look up how to set up a Stripe account. Go on YouTube, type in how to set up a PayPal account. Okay, you can also use waveapps.com. It's important to have as many payment processors as possible, just in case any of them ever get knocked out, you have all the other ones. Okay, so PayPal, Stripe, Wave Apps. You can even look up Easy Pay Direct. You need to have a connect with Easy Pay Direct. Comment down below, I'll send you my connect. You can also use WAP, W-H-O-P. I'll send you an affiliate link so you can get it for free. WAP is absolutely free if you have an affiliate link. Collect their payment using any of these. Stripe and PayPal can be integrated right on Go High Level. Stripe is the easiest because you can send invoices. They can pay directly on that invoice online. You can send them the invoice via text or email. Once they pay it, you'll see when it comes in right on Go High Level. It'll pop into your Stripe account. You can pull money from your Stripe account directly into your bank account. Once you have the money, you're starting up the process, okay, of actually finding them a virtual assistant. And this process that I'm about to tell you is typically the process that you'll talk to them about on the sales call as well. So make sure you're taking notes and writing these things down so you can fully understand the process for hiring. So multiple things happen during the hiring process, okay? I typically find people on Upwork, onlinejobs.ph, Facebook groups like Filipino Facebook groups. You can even use LinkedIn Jobs. My number one favorite is onlinejobs.ph. If you want to set up an account and start posting job ads for free, I'm going to also have that down in the description. You could post your first job ad absolutely for free using the link that I'm going to give you. After that, it's $69 a month. Well worth it because if you're selling these packages for $2,000 a pop, obviously it's worth it to pay $69 a month. If you want to post, I think, more than 3 job ads, I think you get up to 10 job ads, it's going to be $99. There's other platforms where they charge you like $100 per post. So this is a very, very good deal. So again, use my link, post your first job ad for free. Typically, okay, if it's for admin assistants, if it's for video editing, if it's for cold callers and things like that, anything that's fairly common, you'll usually get more than like 60 applications. We typically, since I've been doing this for a while, we typically post on multiple job boards. For you, only focus on onlinejobs.ph. You get more than 60 applications and you're going to sift through these people and actually weed out bad candidates by having them do sample jobs, personality tests, and 2 interviews. What does a sample job look like? Very, very simple, okay, especially if you're hiring for real estate agents. If I get enough comments on this video today, I will post a lot of my resources. I'll post the course that I've built out. I'll post all that stuff here on YouTube, and it'll include sample jobs and the links that I use for personality tests and all the questions that I ask during interviews. But here's an example of a sample job. You'll have them answer 3 different questions, okay? You'll say something like, pretend I'm a client and the property that the agent was going to show you, the agent that you're working for, the property has been sold, so we can no longer show that property. Go on Zillow.com, give a random city, New York City, that's where I live. Find me 3 properties that have 2 bedrooms in Midtown that are in the budget or the range of $800,000 to $900,000. It has to be a condo and it has to have stainless steel appliances. Let the client know we can no longer show this property because it's been sold, but give them 3 other alternatives fitting the criteria that I just told you. That's an example of a sample job. Create like 2 or 3 of those little tests. Don't do too much because then you won't have anybody doing it, but make it to where they have to do a little bit of work and actually do some research. That's an example of a sample job. After that, they're going to take a personality test. You could just look up 16 personality, I think it's 16 person, let me see real quick. Yeah, 16personalities.com. Send that to them along with the sample job. And and along with the first couple interview questions. So it's going to be sample job, 16personalities.com. Tell them to take that test and send you the results. Give them the email that they're going to send the results to. And then the third thing is going to be interview questions. So you'll ask them things like, tell me why you're a good fit for this position. Second question, specifically what experience do you have for this role? And then maybe third question, tell us what you're looking to make and why. Those three questions will give you enough insight into whether or not they have experience and if they have good English fluency. You're going to tell them to record videos answering these questions and upload it to Google Drive and send it to you. Very, very simple. Sample job, personality test, and 3 questions they have to answer and record themselves. And when they're recording themselves, you can see how they present themselves, how they dress up and how they show up, what their English fluency is like, and if they actually have experience. Now, you've gotten, so let's give a hypothetical scenario now. You've gotten 60 applications, and about 1/3 are actually going to do the sample job, personality test, and interview questions. Okay, about 1/3. So now 20 people have actually submitted sample jobs, personality tests, and those interviews. And of those 20, you can either choose to interview all of them, and you will personally interview all of them, or you can select maybe the top 5 to top 10 and just interview those top 5 to top 10. You'll take all those candidates that you've actually interviewed, eliminate anybody who's just absolute garbage. The people that are actually good, put them onto a spreadsheet, include the sample job, personality test, their first interview questions, and the recording of your interview. You can record the interview via Zoom or Google Meet. Include that recording within the spreadsheet. This seems like a lot, but I promise you it's not. Okay, just get the ball rolling. The reason why I love this model so much is because SMMA, right? You have to get people on retainer and you have to actually produce results and actually make them money with ads. If you're not good at that, you're not going to make money. People are not going to stay with you. Okay, so it doesn't matter if you can get somebody that's signing up for $1,000 a month. Oh my God, I did quick math. They signed up for $1,000 a month. For the year, that's $12,000. No, okay, because they're not going to stay with you for a year. You're a beginner. But with this, you could do a service. Okay, you can conduct a service, hire somebody, which is a very simple process to hire somebody. It's super simple. Oh my God, it's so simple. Put them all into a spreadsheet, pass it to the client, right? They hire them, you onboard them. Onboarding is just making an introduction. You'll have the client use something called scrin.io to actually monitor the virtual assistant screen so you can see exactly what they're doing all throughout the day. That's all you'll need to set them up with on the onboarding call. You'll also set them up with being able to pay that virtual assistant. We use typically wise.com. If they for some reason don't want to use wise.com, they could simply use PayPal. But PayPal actually charges more fees, so I like Wise. So that's the entire process for finding a client, selling the client, fulfilling for that client, right, and making money. So now all I need to do is this exact process 5 times. So in order for me to get 5 clients, right, now that I've walked you through the whole process of getting 1 client, for me to get 5 clients, all I need to do is 5x the output. Do exactly what I did the first time, 5 times over. And if I've downloaded a list of 1,000 agents, I should have absolutely no problem finding 5 people of that list to pay me $2,000 each, especially using ringless voicemail automations, using SMS automations, especially if I'm calling these agents. You can even call, if you want, you can go on Go High Level, go through all these leads and just call them one after another. And Go High Level actually records the conversations so you can listen back to those calls and improve your skills. The more you do it, the better you're going to get. If you follow this entire system top to bottom, there's absolutely no reason why by the second week you shouldn't be able to get your first client. The one thing that's going to hold you back from making $10,000 in the first month is fear. That fear is going to cripple you and make it to where you don't make decisions and take action in the first week, the second week, third week, fourth week, and then a month passes, you don't make anything. So don't let this fear cripple you, okay? Analysis paralysis sucks, okay? So throw that away. Now that you've watched this video, you should have the confidence to go out there and start reaching out to people and selling the recruitment of virtual assistants. This is how you build a staffing agency, and this is exactly what I would do to get to $10,000 a month again, fast, okay, as a brand new beginner to this business. If you guys have any questions, comment them down below. I'm more than happy to make way more videos. If I get enough comments, I'll continue to make videos like this. I'll post up my entire course for free here on YouTube. I'll give you all my resources and things like that. Make sure you get the Go High Level automations and the funnels and things that I've built out. Get those for free by using my Go High Level affiliate link. On top of that, don't forget the school community with all the courses. I have 9 courses in there. You get access to me, calls on a weekly basis. You get all my SOPs, all the resources that I typically give. You get all that within the $37 a month community. So that's also going to be in the description and in the comments. Make sure you join, okay? You immediately get access to me. Why wouldn't you? So I hope you guys got tremendous value. If you like stuff like this, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like the video. I'll see you guys in the next video.